Welcome back into CBS Sports HQ, getting you ready for the NFL season kicking off a week from today, just 1 week away. We're going to have to wait a couple days after that to see the Broncos. Taking a look at their odds, it's a little bit curious. The Broncos have not been to the postseason since winning the Super Bowl back in 2015. They are the second favorite to win the AFC West behind the Chiefs, and the good thing is they're healthy. But can they actually do it? Let's welcome back in our very good friend Bryant McFadden here for your betting breakdown for the Broncos. Say that 3 times fast. Let's start with Patrick Surtain, plus 800 to win Defensive Rookie of the Year, BMAC, second behind Micah Parsons at plus 600. How do you feel about his odds?
I love his odds. I think the thing about Pat Surtain Jr., the luxury he has on his side when it comes to being a big-time playmaker in the secondary, he has 2 guys that can go get the passer at any given time, in Bradley Chubb and Von Miller, and they're both healthy. So because of that, when you talk about quarterbacks rushing and throwing the football when they're not prepared to throw it, the likelihood of the ball hitting him in his chest is highly likely. And because of that, he's going to have a huge year. Instantly right now, he's probably the best cornerback on their team. He lacks the most experience, the least experience, but talent-wise, athleticism, he has what you would like a top-tier corner to have. I love their entire secondary, by the way. So I think their defense is going to be a top-level type unit this season, especially if they stay healthy. When you talk about his odds, no question, I think he's deserving of being right behind Micah Parsons, and I do believe he will have a huge year.
Let's go with a player prop here. Let's go with a rookie in Javonte Williams, running back. Broncos took him in the second round. Over under 800.5 rushing yards. What do you think?
I'm going over. I'm going over, Amanda, and here's why. He's the best running back on the team. If you talk about just pure talent, skill set, he is the best guy. I know they still have veteran Melvin Gordon there, and he will be the starting running back to start the season off. But eventually, Javonte will get into the lineup, and he will show his worth. Teddy Bridgewater already gave him the best compliment a running back could receive, a young running back could receive. He compared him to Alvin Kamara in New Orleans because of his ability to catch the football and be so effective running the football as well. And I also love what he brings to the table as a blocker in the backfield. You see some young running backs struggle, but when you look at what he did in the preseason, he not only blew you away with his ability to catch and run the football, but also blocking. That's a huge element to his success, and because of that, I expect for him to be the starting running back no later than week 3 or week 4, because he is that type of player, and the offense will be much better with him in the lineup. And when he gets into the lineup, that's when you got to lean to the over with this particular prop bet. Over 800.5, yes, easy money for Javonte.
Let's take a look at week 1 for the Broncos visiting the Giants, 4:25 Eastern next Sunday. Can't believe it's next Sunday. So, of course, the Broncos naming Teddy Bridgewater as their starting quarterback over Drew Lock. The Broncos are favored on the road just slightly by 2.5. Over under here is 42 and a hook. What's your play in this game?
2.5 in favor of Denver. Take it, Amanda. This is one of my easiest prop bets for week 1 of the NFL season. And here's why. Collectively speaking, the Broncos have a better roster. I love what they have offensively. Not just talking about at the quarterback position in Teddy Bridgewater and how structured he is as a quarterback, smart quarterback, but the pass catchers, Noah Fant, Hamler, Judy. They got Cortland Sutton back healthy. Patrick, offensive line-wise, they will be better. And we just talked about the running backs, right? Defensively, you better believe they're going to have a huge day against the New York Football Giants. The issues on the offensive line has been well documented for some years, and they have yet to improve that side of the football. Daniel Jones, he's been a turnover machine throughout his career. And I can tell you this much, if he doesn't have structure in front of him to be able to provide a safe, comfortable pocket, he's going to turn the football over. And you don't know what you will see from Saquon Barkley in week 1. So 2.5, I'm surprised it's only 2.5. I thought Vegas might set this line at 3.5, but you better jump on it right now, because I can tell you this much, this is one of the easiest week 1 NFL bets that I see, and I already have my parlay line and loaded with the Broncos giving 2.5.
2.5. You say that one's easy. Maybe these next 2 are a little bit more difficult for you. Let's start with the win total. Over under 8.5. So they did go 5-11 last season, but we talked about it. A whole bunch of injuries there. Cortland Sutton, Von Miller. You got a healthy team here. The over is minus 130. The under is plus 110. Which way are you leaning on this?
Over again, over again. 8.5. Let's start by checking out their schedule and dissecting their schedule. Their first 3 ball games, they got the Giants, Jacksonville, and the Jets. It's safe to say that's a 3-0 mark right there. Things get a bit tricky in week 4 and week 5 with the Ravens and the Steelers. But hey, that's a toss-up. So you're telling me they start off 3-0, right? 3-0. They have 14 weeks to get 6 wins. 14 ball games to get 6 wins based on the personnel that I just mentioned, offensively and defensively. Yes, go over. It's a very, very sticky division to say the least, but basically it's a 2-team division. We just don't know exactly who the second team will be behind the Kansas City Chiefs. But personnel-wise, the Broncos on paper has the best defense in their division. If they're healthy, they have the best defense in their division, one of the best secondaries in all of the NFL. Offensively, if they just stay the course and do what they're supposed to do, this is a 9-win team. I go over once again.
Going over there, you've been in favor of the Broncos in a lot of these props here. Broncos to make or miss the playoffs, BMAC. They have not been since 2015 when they won the Super Bowl. That was about 10, 11, depending on which way you look at it, 10 or 11 quarterbacks ago. So to go ahead and miss it, it is minus 180 to make it. It is plus 155. What do you think about this, BMAC? This is a tough one.
Yeah, you're right, Amanda. You gave me some easy props. Now it's getting a bit sticky. It's getting a bit sticky. I like them to win 9 ball games, Amanda, but I don't know if 9 wins can get you to the tournament. Let's keep it real. The AFC is going to be very, very competitive. I don't know if you can win 9 ball games and get a seat in the playoffs. So because of that, I think they will miss the playoffs this year. But I can tell you this much, if they win 9 ball games based on what they won last year, that's an improvement. That's a successful season, me personally. I understand you want to always get into the playoffs, but it's only a few slots, right? So I think they get 9 wins, but I don't think 9 can get you into the playoffs based on what I expect to see throughout the entire AFC. So I think they will miss the playoffs. I'm sorry, Bronco fans. I gave you a lot to cheer about throughout this segment, but unfortunately, the last prop is the one you didn't want me to go against you with.
Yeah,
you gave
them so much. Like, I mean, you were feeling so hopeful up until that point, and then it's like, boom, the bottom falls off. All right, BMAC, hang on just a second. We're going to come back to you to talk about the Colts here, but I do want to let you know, football season right around the corner. You can raise the stakes by running a football pick'em pool with all of your friends. Get started today by downloading the CBS Sports app or just going to cbssports.com/picks. You can run your pool your way. There's so many ways to play straight up against the spread, survivor, confidence points, you name it. Just visit cbssports.com/picks. Again, that is cbssports.com/picks. Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.